The reason why we created such high quality planners for business owners to keep track of their client appointments and finances is because there was nothing like it on the market. I'm gonna show you the planners that I used to use when I was a lash artist, and I think it'll better explain why we created such a high quality one. So all that really existed when I was a lash artist was planners like this. And I have 5 of them because I was lashing for 5 years. So every year I would buy one, and it was nothing special. This was it. And I was only able to keep track of my client appointments, and I wasn't able to keep track of my finances, how many clients I had new and existing. I wasn't able to keep track of my inventory, my purchase logs, and that is everything this planner has, but 30 times better and way prettier. This one was a little more cute, I will say, compared to that. But still, it barely had anything that I needed to keep my business organized. And you can tell it's very old looking and not a lot of room to write things in. And then here were just 2 more that I had. Same concept, pretty boring. So I took everything I wish I had in these and I put it in this. And I just kind of want to go through this planner with you so that you can see what is in this client appointment and finance planner, so you can see how much is going to help you and your business grow. And this is great for lash artists, nail techs, hairstylists, personal trainers, like anybody who services clients, you need this. So here is what it looks like. Here is how thick it is. It is super high quality, very thick pages of paper so that the ink doesn't bleed through. And let's just go to June because who doesn't love summer? So we do have it organized in a way that it is undated. We do have the months in and the days of the week in for you. That way you just write in the numbers. So there's the least amount of writing as possible, but you can use it during any year that you want, 2025, 2026, 2027, or even if you buy it in the middle of the year, you can start using it when you buy it. And then when the following year comes along, you can still use the previous months because it's undated. So you can write your own dates in. And then every single month you'll have a social media schedule where you can write in your content ideas and plan it out for the whole month to keep you nice and organized. And then the last thing at the beginning of every month that we have in here for you is a monthly goal tracker. That is it at the beginning of every month. And now we're going to get into the weekly breakdown. This is my favorite part. This is the most important part for business owners. Every single week, you have an area to log all of your client appointments, and you can do 8 appointments per day. And within those appointments, you can write the appointment time, the client's name, the service type, and the price of service. So your one whole client that you have earliest in the morning, you would put here, and then your second one, your third one, all the way down to 8 appointments per day. And again, everything is undated. We want you to have the least amount of writing as possible. So we put in the days of the week for you and the month, but you just put in the days. So if the Monday lands on the 7th, you'll put in 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. And then after you're done logging all your client appointments, the next page is going to be your client breakdown, where you can log how many new clients, existing clients, and total number of appointments you had that week. And then a finance breakdown where you can keep track of your total service money made, total tips, total products sold, and then you add that all together to get your daily total. And then you'll do all of that for every day of the week and get your daily totals. And then you're able to get your final totals by adding all these columns together and getting your final total for that week. And all you need to do is just go back to the previous page, look at all the clients that you scheduled in, and flip and organize it into your weekly breakdown. And then you also have a spot every single week to keep track of weekly inventory that you ordered, so you know exactly what you ordered so you don't double order. And then it will repeat itself. Again, this is the second week of the month now, and you're gonna do the exact same thing, and then you're gonna keep track of all your client breakdowns and finance breakdowns and inventory ordered for that week. And then again, this is gonna be your third week of the month, and it just repeats itself until that month is over. And then when the month is done, you're gonna get into your monthly breakdown. And you're just gonna take all of the totals that you calculated every single week here and here, and you're gonna put them and add them up and input them into your monthly client breakdown and your monthly finance breakdown so you can see how much you made for the whole month of June. You'll go to the next page and you'll see a spot for a purchase log as well. And here is where you can just keep track of all your receipts throughout the month so that you can make tax season a breeze when it comes along. So this is organized in the way where you can write down the date, the store you purchased it at, the category of what the items you bought were, your subtotal, your tax amount, and your full total. And this is gonna be so easy for you to calculate at the end of the year when you're doing your taxes. So after you're done your full year, you have a year-end breakdown. And since you kept track of everything weekly and you inputted that into your monthly breakdown, you're then gonna take your monthly numbers and input it into your yearly breakdown. Since you'll have all those numbers already logged, it's gonna be super easy for you to just add up every month and input them into your client breakdown, as well as input them into your purchase log, as well as input them into your finance breakdown. And then that way at the end of the year, you're gonna get total amounts of how much you made, total amounts of how much tips you made for that year, total products sold, and your monthly total. And then there's just a cute little reflection page at the end. And just to show you, this is what the Sage Planner looks like. And I'm just gonna flip through a couple pages so you can see if this color is more your vibe.